Now listen to Father Knows Best, transcribed starring Robert Young as Father. Welcome to Springfield, and another half-hour visit with the folks in the white frame house on Maple Street. Sit back and enjoy life with the Andersons, Kathy, Bud, Betty, Margaret, and Jim, as the head of this typical American household again sets out to prove that Father knows best.
Over the hills to Grandmother's house in Toledo went the Anderson family last week on a combined business and pleasure trip. And now the weary travelers are speeding along the highway on their way back home to Springfield and to the white frame house on Maple Street. Like this.
I could eat a horse.
But is that all you ever think about? Food?
It's all I think about when I'm hungry.
Well, eat a piece of that cake Grandma packed for us.
Kathy sat on it.
I couldn't help it. It slid under me when we hit a bump. So it's your fault, Daddy.
Oh, sure.
Well, the cake's not completely ruined, is it? Where is it now?
I think I'm still sitting on it.
Well, for heaven's sake, get up.
I can't. I'm wedged in. Bud and Betty keep crowding me.
Oh, we do not.
Oh, you do too.
All right, children. Let's not start a fight in the car. Oh, we're all just tired, a little on edge.
I'm not tired. I'm hungry.
Well, Bud, you'll just have to make the best of it. You can see for yourself there's nothing to eat around here. Unless you want to get out and graze.
Father, can't you drive faster? I've just got to get home by tonight. I'm supposed to have a date with Ralph.
We'll make just as good time traveling at this speed. And what's more, we'll be in one piece when we get there.
Betty, you shouldn't have made a date with Ralph for tonight. You'll be too tired to go anywhere.
Oh, I can't help it, Mother. He's been so lonesome for me all week that I owe it to him. He wrote me the sweetest letters.
Oh, slush.
Well, he did. And if I don't get home tonight, there's no telling what he might do. He might even date somebody else.
Oh, he won't do anything desperate like that.
I don't know. I have a feeling he's beginning to lose interest in me.
Oh, now, Betty.
Well, you notice he only sent me one letter yesterday.
Say, he is losing interest.
I wonder if he is dating somebody else. I'll bet it's Janie Liggett. Father, drive faster.
I don't want to drive faster. I want to go back to Toledo. Mommy, why didn't you let me stay with Grandma and Grandpa?
They couldn't keep you now.
Grandpa wanted me to stay. He likes me.
I know, but they're moving to Omaha. They've got enough things to bother with.
Oh, I could help them move, load up and all that.
You can help us unload when we get home. We're bringing back enough stuff to furnish 2 museums.
We certainly are.
I was just thinking. We made this trip to dispose of the stuff we had stored at your folks. But instead of disposing of it, we brought it all back. Plus a lot of stuff the folks were throwing away.
I don't know what we're going to do with all that junk. For instance, that old broken crystal radio set.
I didn't put that in. Bud did.
What do you plan to do with that, Bud?
No, I don't know. I can't think on an empty stomach.
I want to go back to Toledo.
Jim, there comes a car on that side road.
Yes, I see. I'm getting so that I can recognize a car quite readily.
Well, I just thought maybe you didn't see it.
Dad,
I know, Bud. You're hungry.
I wasn't going to say that.
I was. I'm hungry, Daddy.
Oh, fine.
I was just going to ask why we don't trade our car in on a new one.
Trade it in? It's practically new. Late 1950.
Joe Phillips' dad is getting a new car.
Good for Joe Phillips' dad.
We're coming to a bridge, Jim.
Thank you, Margaret.
Joe said his dad was getting a two-tone hard top.
Ought to look good on him. Personally, I think our car's just getting nicely broken in.
Broken down.
This is the best model they ever turned out. Any mechanic will tell you that. I wouldn't trade it for anything they've put out since then.
Daddy, stop the car.
Now, what's the matter?
We've got to go back to Toledo.
What?
I think I left one of my shoes there.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
Well, we're not going clear back to Toledo for one shoe, I can tell you that.
Ralph is waiting for me to get home.
They were your good shoes, too.
I want my other shoe.
I'll buy you a new pair when we get home. Let's all be happy for a change. Enjoy the trip. Look at the scenery.
Some scenery, nothing but billboards.
Well, you get some nice glimpses in between billboards. If you look fast, you can read the signs. At least they'll get your minds off your problem.
If your whiskers
Let's make the best of things.
tickle her,
You don't hear me griping.
you are in
So let's relax.
a pickle, sir. Vermicelli.
I want a pickle.
Oh,
Eat some of that cake you sat on.
Aw, turned blue.
Children, please.
look at those apple trees. There's nothing like getting out on the open road. The motor purring along. Hey, you know the motor's running beautifully today? Just listen to that steady hum. No, sir, they don't make them like this anymore. Uh-oh.
What's that?
I don't know.
What happened, Dad?
I don't know.
Maybe something's wrong with the motor.
How did you figure that out?
Well, you've simply got to get it fixed, Father. I've simply got to get home. If I don't, I'll simply die.
Now, isn't that simply awful?
Well, you're not the only one that has to get home. I've got an appointment with Frobisher at 9 o'clock tonight. I called him from Toledo before we left, and he's expecting me.
Well, Father, are you just going to sit there?
Yes, hadn't you better fix it, Jim?
Me fix it? I don't know, a cylinder from a hole in the head.
That's what a cylinder is, Dad, a hole in the head of the motor. The pistons go down into it.
Oh, look, Father, just behind that clump of trees, a gas station.
Hooray, we're saved.
Well, let's not get our hopes up too high. There's probably no mechanic in a place like that. No sign of civilization for miles around here.
Will the car start again?
I believe we can just coast in. There's enough of a downgrade. That is, if Bud will get out and push.
Holy cow.
Well, I'm going to push, too. Here, Margaret, you steer.
All right.
Come on, Bud.
I'm coming. Girls sure have it soft.
Okay, Bud, let's go. Start pushing.
I shouldn't be working this hard on an empty stomach.
Come on. Keep pushing. That's funny. Won't budge. Downhill, too.
Dear, do you want me to release the brake?
Oh, for goodness sakes. Yes.
It's off.
All right, try again now, Bud. Oh, there she goes.
I hope this guy can fix it. I'd hate to have to push it all the way to Springfield on an empty stomach.
I doubt if he can. All right, Margaret, swing it in. That's it. That's it. Don't wreck the place. It's our only hope. Whew, this car pushes hard. I don't know why I ever bought it in the first place. Worst pile of junk they ever turned out.
I don't see anybody in the station there. Must be closed.
Honk the horn, Margaret. Must be somebody around here.
Poor, faithful Ralph, sitting there on the doorstep, waiting. He'll never speak to me again.
Oh, now, Betty, we might still make it.
not even anyone here.
Yes, sir, folks. Coming right up. Yes, sir.
Oh, there he comes.
Yes, sir. I was out and back hoeing my garden. I've been planting the garden here for 15 years now. Never have done good. Must be the soil. Shall I fill her up?
No,
I ain't got no ethyl, just regular.
We don't want any gas.
Oh?
Just want to know if you've got a mechanic here.
Mechanic? Well, no, don't. Used to have one here. Pretty good one, too. A fellow named Ed Dibley. Or Bidley. Ed was awful unreliable, though. Don't know where he's at now. Last I heard, Ed was down in Texas somewhere. I doubt if you could locate him. What do you want to see Ed for?
I don't want to see Ed. I wanted a mechanic because we have some motor trouble. Do you know anything about motors?
Well, now, no, I don't. But I'll be glad to take a look.
Margaret, pull that gadget in there, the one for the hood.
All right.
Yes, sir, that does it. Ed was awful unreliable. Come from West Virginia.
I might have burned out a bearing. I don't know. All of a sudden, it started knocking real loud.
Well, now there's your trouble, son. You see down there? See what the fan has been hitting there?
Oh, for goodness sakes. Kathy, we found your shoe.
What?
Now, how in the world could that shoe have ever gotten in... No, don't tell me. I don't want to know.
Well, sir, we'll just get that out of there. It'll be as good as new. Yes, sir. It's wedged in there pretty good.
Where was it, Daddy?
Never mind.
Here we come. Yes, sir. Didn't do that shoe much good.
Just so it didn't damage the motor. That's all I care about now.
That's a mighty poor place to keep shoes, I'd say.
I agree. How much do we owe you?
Oh, forget it. Just glad to help you. How'd you folks like some dinner? Got a little lunch counter inside?
Well, I'm afraid we're in kind of a hurry. Got to make Springfield by night.
The hot beef sandwich is real nice, but we're all out of it. Yeah, but Mom will open up a can of salmon.
Well, maybe next time we'll try the dinner, old-timer. Come on, Bud, get in.
Springfield, say?
Yeah. Well, we're certainly much obliged to you, sir.
Well, now, if you're in a hurry to get to Springfield, I can give you a good shortcut to take.
Yeah?
Jim, no shortcuts. You know what always happens with you and shortcuts.
I guess we'll stick to the highway.
What you do is make a left turn just about 4 miles down the road right after you cross a bridge. Zing over to Grove's Junction, take 87 right smack down to where it joins the highway again just south of White Oak. You can't miss it.
Well, thanks, old-timer.
These all your young'uns here?
Yeah.
Fine family. Yes, sir. I'll bet you young'uns are mighty fond of ice cream cones, now ain't you?
Yeah. Boy.
Well, sir, I used to like them myself. Well, have a good trip. So long.
Goodbye. I don't understand it, Margaret. It's dark already. We should have hit the main highway 3 hours ago.
You and your shortcuts.
I'm hungry.
Bud, let's not start that again. Now what?
We are out of gas.
Oh, no. Why didn't you buy some gas when we were at that old man's station?
We didn't need any then.
Oh, I knew this would happen. My life is an utter shambles.
I'm hungry.
Why are we stopping, Daddy? Where are we?
I haven't the slightest idea.
What do we do now?
Well, get the flashlight out of the glove compartment. Maybe there's a farmhouse somewhere around here. This is the darkest night I've ever seen. This light hardly makes a... Well, for goodness sake, look. We're practically right in front of a gas station. What a break this is. Come on, Bud, let's see if we can raise somebody.
Okay, Dad. Sure is dark tonight.
Looks like a door around at the side here. If there's anybody here, they probably live upstairs.
Yes?
Hello there. We're out of gas.
Well, sir, I'm out of gas, too, both ethyl and regular.
Oh, no. We're right back where we started.
The Andersons will be back in a moment. How about your financial future? You know, there's no easier way to harvest those retirement dollars than the United States defense bonds. Join the payroll savings plan where you work or the bond-a-month plan where you bank. And help your country's future as you build your own with United States defense bonds.
The longest way around, runs an old adage, is the shortest way home. And Jim Anderson has now proved this beyond a shadow of a doubt. And so, instead of climbing into their beds in the white frame house on Maple Street, the Andersons are making preparations to spend the night in the attic room of a small, ancient farmhouse back of the gas station. Like this.
What an attic. Wonder where the bats went.
Well, I know one thing. I don't want to sleep on the floor.
Bud and I'll sleep on the floor.
We will?
You three girls can squeeze into the bed.
I don't see how they stand living so isolated like this. I'd die of loneliness.
Father, isn't there some way to get us out of this outpost of civilization?
Dad.
Can't he drain the gas out of his car and sell us that?
Dad.
I checked that possibility, and he hasn't got a car. In fact, there's only a 50-50 chance that there'll be any gas delivered to the station in the morning. I got that direct from old Vesper.
Who?
That's the old fellow's name, Vesper Jensen.
What's his wife's name?
As far as I've been able to figure out, it's Mama.
Well, can't we put in a phone call for help?
It'd be a little difficult. They don't have a phone.
They don't have a phone at all?
No, not even a little one.
Oh, horrors. I can't even call Ralph to tell him I'm not home.
I think Ralph will be able to figure that out for himself.
Oh, he'll be boiling, utterly steaming.
You think you're bad off. How about me? I'll never get another appointment with Frobisher. I worked 3 months for that appointment, and what happens? I get stuck in the black hole of Calcutta.
I told you not to take that shortcut.
We never should have taken this idiotic trip in the first place.
Well, we're here now, and we might as well... Kathy, stop turning up that lamp wick. You're getting the chimney all black.
What do they use these things for anyway? Why don't they turn on the lights?
Principally because they have no electricity.
Boy, they haven't got anything here. No electricity, no phone, no car. I'll bet they haven't even got a vacuum cleaner.
You know, Jim, I feel kind of sorry for the Jensens.
You know what? I'll bet they're out dancing right now.
Dancing? What are you talking about, Betty? They're downstairs in the kitchen.
Oh, I don't mean them. I mean Ralph and Janie Liggett.
Oh, for Pete's sake, are you still worrying about that?
Mommy.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think we'd better get to bed and get some sleep. Sitting here stewing about our problems isn't going to help any.
What Ralph sees in Janie, I'll never know.
Maybe we can use that closet for a dressing room. Take turns. Bud, you be first. You take less time.
Okay.
Mommy.
What is it, Angel?
When we get home...
Where are my pajamas?
In the big suitcase. Aren't they right on top there?
Oh, yeah, here they are. Can I put them on right over my clothes?
Of course not.
That floor looks awful hard. I'll need all the padding I can get.
You'll be asleep in 2 minutes. You'll never know the difference.
Mommy.
Hurry, Bud. Get in there. Kathy, you'll be next.
Mommy.
Yes, Kathy.
Hey, it's dark in here. I can't see anything.
Doggone, I never get to talk.
I'm not going to undress in there. It's too spooky.
Oh, now, Bud.
Can I take the lamp in there?
No, that'll leave us in the dark. You can leave the door open a crack. Now, hurry up.
Okay.
Mommy, when we get home, can I go to visit Grandpa and Grandma in Omaha?
No, of course not.
Why not? I never get to do anything. Not anything.
You've got to go to school. Besides, they wouldn't be settled yet.
Excuses, excuses. That's all I hear. I'm going to leave home.
Oh, now, Kathy.
Well, you would, too, if you lived the life I live.
Yes, you have a miserable existence, all right.
Okay, I'm ready. Where do I lay down?
It's lie down.
I don't care how you say it. I just want to know where to do it.
Well, hand me down some of those quilts out of the closet, and I'll fix you a place.
Here, Betty, do you want to use some of this cold cream on your face?
I guess so. I wouldn't care so much if Janie wasn't my best friend.
Betty, for heaven's sake, stop worrying about something that hasn't even happened.
I'll never take a chance on going out of town again.
Neither will I. Bud, grab hold of the other end of these quilts and help me straighten them out. Don't just stand there staring at the ceiling.
I was trying to figure out if I'm hungry again.
After all that food Mrs. Jensen fixed for us?
Maybe I'm just naturally hungry.
I'm sure of it. There. Try that quilt for size, Bud.
Okay.
All right, Kathy, it's your turn in the plush-lined dressing room.
I'm not going to bed.
You're going to get awfully tired standing up all night.
I don't care. I'm not going to bed until you... let's see, I forgot what I'm mad about.
Well, while you're remembering it, you go in there and get your pajamas on.
Okay, but I'll think of it.
I don't doubt that at all.
Dad.
Betty, you might as well go in there and start getting ready for bed, too.
I won't be able to sleep tonight. My mind's in an utter turmoil.
I don't think I will either. Look how that bed sags in the middle.
Dad,
Yeah, what's your complaint?
there are lumps in this quilt.
Look, dear friends and gentle hearts, I know we're all tired. I know we've all worn our nerves down pretty thin. I know that this is pretty rough on all of us, being cooped up here in one room. But I'm sitting here losing out on a possible $30,000 insurance policy. And come in.
Excuse me, folks, but I was just wondering if you was finding everything getting along all right.
Oh, yes, fine.
Everything's just lovely.
I thought maybe you might need another lamp, so I brung you another.
Oh, no, we won't need it.
No, we don't need it.
Well, I just wanted to make sure. Now, don't be afraid to use all the water you want. If you run out, Vesper will get you another pitcher full.
Well, thank you.
No, sir, it's no trouble at all since Vesper piped the water down from the spring. Oh, it's real handy now. Just step outside the back door and there's our water. All we want.
Well, where was it before?
Well, like I said, up at the spring. Used to have to go up there and tote it down.
Well, how far was that?
Oh, weren't far. Doubt if it was over a mile. But oh my, this is so much handier. Vesper's real good to me. Real good.
Mama, what are you doing? Keeping these folks up? They want to get some rest.
Well, I just come up to see if they needed anything.
We were just having a nice talk.
Yes, I was telling about the water pipes.
Oh. Yeah, I'll have Mama spoiled pretty good if I keep pampering her like this.
Don't pay no attention to him. He's always joshing.
Yeah. Well, come on, Mama. Let these people get to bed. Next time you folks come, we're liable to have electricity.
Oh, really? Well, that's wonderful.
Yes, sir. We're sure looking forward to it. I got my eye on a little home power plant. A generator, you know. And if we have another good year like the last one, we'll get it, by Jiminy.
Well, good. Last year was a good one, huh?
Oh, was it? Made every payment on the place. Laid $50 away for the generator. I tell you, the good Lord was mighty good to us. Mighty good.
Well, all right, Vesper. Who's keeping the folks up now?
Oh, yeah. Well, let's get out of here. If you want anything, just holler.
Okay, fine.
Good night.
Sleep good.
Thank you.
Good night.
Creepers. A mile to get water.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but I feel a little ashamed of myself.
I know exactly how you feel, Jim.
Somehow or other, that appointment with Mr. Frobisher doesn't seem half so important anymore.
Mommy,
Yes, Angel?
will you tuck me in?
Of course.
And, Mommy, I don't want to go to Omaha. I want to stay with you and Daddy.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Betty, hadn't you better get ready for bed? And you mustn't worry about Ralph anymore.
I won't, Mother.
You know, Dad,
Yeah?
when you kind of squirm around in here and find the right spot, this is pretty comfortable.
Well, good. You better get some sleep now.
Okay. Good night, Dad.
Good night, Daddy.
Good night, kitten.
Jim, dear,
Yes, honey.
you know, I'd almost forgotten how happy we can be with the little things.
So had I. And we learn in strange ways, Margaret. Strange ways.
The Andersons will be right back. Would you like a career in the Foreign Service, public health teaching, the defense industries, or one of the branches of the armed forces? Well, those are only a few of the fields open to the trained nurse today. Join the thousands of bright, alert girls who are choosing the top career choice of women. Find out how you can become a nurse. Ask at your nearest hospital or discuss it with your school advisor.
Well, the sun is up, and so are the Andersons. It's a changed world from last night. Clear spring sunshine, birds in the trees. And there seems to be quite a change in our 5 travelers as they climb into the car for the drive home to Springfield. Like this.
Goodbye, Mrs. Jensen, and thanks for everything.
Glad you stopped in.
Come and see us again, folks.
We will.
Goodbye.
So long.
Goodbye.
What wonderful people.
I've never seen people like that, ever.
Did you pay him, Jim?
He wouldn't take anything, except for the gas.
He was a swell old guy.
And Margaret,
Yes, dear?
somehow I think the Jensens will be getting that generator a lot sooner than they expect.
Join us again next week when we'll be back with Father Knows Best, starring Robert Young as Jim Anderson. In our cast were Norma Jean Nilsson as Kathy, Jean Vander Pyl, Rhoda Williams, Ted Donaldson, Irene Tedrow, Fred Howard, Bill Foreman, and Don Stanley speaking. Father Knows Best, directed by Andrew C. Love, was transcribed in Hollywood and written by Paul West and Roswell Rogers.
3 chimes mean good times on NBC. Each Friday evening, you'll hear a trio of top programs on this station. The Mario Lanza Show presents that fine singing star in person, along with lovely Mindy Carson as his guest on tomorrow's broadcast. Then, for Western adventure, listen to The Roy Rogers Show. And for top satirical entertainment, listen to Inside Bob and Ray. Yes, for top entertainment tomorrow, tune to NBC for Mario Lanza, Roy Rogers, and Bob and Ray. Now, stay tuned for Frank Lovejoy and Night Beat on NBC.